He wasn't given a crown, darling. He rose from ash, pain in his chest and thunder in his eyes. He didn't rule to be worshipped. He ruled because no one else survived what he did.
They call it inhuman to lack mercy, to lack sympathy, to lack love. But what has love ever done for anyone except make them vulnerable? What has sympathy ever done except tether you to the pain of others? No, those things aren't virtues. They're weaknesses, and I have no use for them anymore. I don't wait for salvation. I don't pray for miracles. I don't rely on anyone or anything to save me. I save myself. I am untouchable. The forces that once sought to destroy me, to break me, they are irrelevant now. They no longer matter. I am the one who shapes the future. I am the one who decides who lives and who falls. My kingdom, my empire, is invincible. I do not apologize for what I have become. I do not regret the choices that led me to this place of power. I have shed my old skin, my old self, and what remains is something greater. I am the culmination of every battle fought, every hardship endured. I am the product of every drop of blood spilled in pursuit of this empire. There are no apologies here, no excuses, no justifications. I am what I am because the world made me this way, and I've stopped trying to fight it. Why should I? This rage is mine. It's my creation, my masterpiece. It's the only thing that ever truly belonged to me. And I will wield it as I see fit. You don't know what rage like this can do. It doesn't just destroy, it transforms. It's alchemy, turning pain into power, weakness into strength, despair into a weapon so sharp it cuts through everything. I've become the embodiment of that transformation. I've taken every scar, every wound, every insult, and turned them into fuel. Now, I burn brighter than the sun and hotter than hell itself. I used to wonder why the weight of the world fell heavier on me than on others, why the betrayals cut deeper, why the losses hit harder. But now, I don't wonder anymore. I don't ask the stars for reasons or beg the heavens for answers. The truth is simple. I was meant to break. I was meant to fall apart. Because what I am now, this version of me, could only be born from destruction. You don't get to become this strong without first being utterly shattered. So, yes, I am what I am, because the world made me this way. And maybe that's what it wanted all along. Maybe it needed me to learn that softness doesn't save you, that the world doesn't reward kindness or innocence. It punishes them. It strips them away until all that's left is the raw will to survive. That's the currency of this world. Survival. And I will rise again and again. Because I know the truth. There is no limit to what I can endure. There is no line I cannot cross. They tried to shatter me, but all they did was reveal what was underneath. An endless well of strength, a power they could never hope to understand. I was once afraid of failure, of loss, of rejection. But that fear is gone now. There is nothing left to fear when you've already faced the worst, when you've been to the edge of the abyss and looked down into its endless void, when you felt the cold claws of despair tearing at your mind, you realize the truth. There is nothing worse than losing yourself, And I found myself again. The version of me that stands here now is not a survivor. Number. Survivors endure. Survivors cling to life with desperate hands. I am more than that. I am a conqueror. I do not endure the storm. I become it. I do not wait for the dawn. I bring the fire.
He wasn't hero, not a villain, just a storm in human skin, unforgiving, relentless. He didn't chase victory, he hunted surrender.
I was never meant to win. I was never meant to rise above the dirt they buried me in. They placed me on the board, a pawn, insignificant, disposable. They thought I was weak. They thought I would fall in line, move where they dictated, obey the rules they set for me. But they never realized what was growing inside of me, what I was becoming. Every step forward was a battle. Every sacrifice was a lesson. I watched as others fell, as they surrendered, as they accepted their fate. But I refused. I refused to let them dictate my end. I refused to remain a pawn in a game I was meant to conquer. Pain was my teacher. Betrayal was my fuel. The wounds they gave me only sharpened my mind. They thought they were breaking me, but all they did was forge something stronger. I stopped pleading for fairness. I stopped expecting mercy. There was no sympathy, no savior, no guiding hand to lift me from the ashes. I became my own salvation. They laughed at my struggle. They mocked my ambition. They whispered behind closed doors, certain that I would never rise. They never saw it coming. They never saw the shift. The moment I stopped playing by their rules and started creating my own. I adapted. I learned. I calculated every move with the precision of a master. And when the time came, I struck. Now, I sit where they swore I never would. Now, I wear the crown they thought was beyond my reach. They stare in disbelief, their voices silenced by the weight of their own underestimation. They thought I was a pawn. Now I am the king. I trusted them. That was my mistake. I let them in. I opened my heart, my mind, my soul. I gave them everything. Loyalty, love, faith. And what did I get in return? Betrayal, lies, a knife in my back. The kind of pain that never truly fades, only buries itself deeper into my bones, burning like a silent fire. I was a fool. I should have seen it coming. The warning signs were there, written in their actions, laced in their words, but I ignored them. I wanted to believe. I needed to believe. Because the alternative was too unbearable. The truth was too painful. But now there is no escaping it. The illusion is gone, shattered into pieces, and all that remains is the cold, harsh reality. I was nothing more than a pawn in their game. I trusted them. That was my mistake. But I will not make that mistake again. I will never let myself be that weak, that blind, that naive. The part of me that once hoped, that once believed, is dead. And in its place, something else has risen. Something stronger. Something unbreakable. I have no more tears to shed. No more apologies to give. I refuse to beg for understanding, for sympathy, for anything. They took everything from me. My trust, my kindness, my humanity. But they failed to take my will. They failed to destroy me. And that is their greatest failure.